I'm going to read a poem in a second. I just want to tell you a really short story because I was thinking of this, probably because I invoked my teacher Danny earlier. I'm at a poetry reading, all these things. I used to live up in Port Townsend, Washington, as I mentioned before, and there's a monthly poetry reading that I think recently ended, but went on for decades. It was at the Northwind Art Center, and it was kind of a known poetry reading because, as everyone knows, Copper Canyon Press, comes from there, very well regarded. So there'd be like these, established poets and stuff that would come through. What I'm saying, my point is that the audience was sophisticated. All right, it was a sophisticated audience, and somehow Danny and I got invited to do some poetry. I did the opening set, and then Danny came and did his brilliance. And after a poem, everyone was dead quiet. I mean, there wasn't applause, there wasn't snaps, there wasn't everything. And it really confused me as a storyteller and as a performer that is used to like wild applause. And I was like, I am bombing, And then Danny went up and they did the same thing to him. And it was pissing me off. And afterwards, I was talking with Danny. The next day we were kind of debriefing and I was talking with him and I was telling him, I didn't like it. And he said, I was thinking about it. I was noticing it. And I reframed it. I was realizing that it was like prayer. That it was like prayer, right? You don't applause to prayer, right? People receiving it in that way. I love that you're all applauding. I'm not saying change anything up. It was just a story, a memory. That's why he was my teacher.